back here with the final segment of the night. We have a new league now. Finally, it's arrived. Wednesday night hockey in Rockville. We have a weeknight league now.
Yep.
Demanded for a long time. We finally made that work. It's called the RHL. We have 8 teams off the bat, which is unbelievable. To get 8 teams to get started off the league. It's a tremendous
on a Wednesday night.
It shows a lot of support for hockey in Maryland. Also hockey for DCHL. Thank you for all the DCL support as well too. It's not easy to get 8 teams off the bat and then start up league, but we did that. Congratulations, good job as well too. 8 teams. We had to split the teams into 2 divisions for female players purposes out there. We have the Femme Fatale division, French terminology, obviously, and that's because there's 2 females in that division.
Yep.
And that division includes teams like the all-black spin-off called the Dark Knights. Okay,
right.
They call it their minor league team. They're building some players there. It's a all squad for them. They also have the Stingrays there as well too, playing very, very well. We have the Untouchables spin-off called the Unmentionables. They're there.
You're not supposed to mention them.
Hey, good point. Good catch, Dick. Well played. And then, of course, the last team is a lot of new players, but also players with a lot of strong, like Lucy Myers, JP, and Fitzroy Simmons. The Wise Guys. There you go. So 4 teams with Tracy Masters as well, too.
Yeah.
So 4 teams there on that division as well, too. Your thoughts? I know you played a couple of cross-divisional games with that team. Who'd you play? Do you remember who you played cross-divisional-wise?
We played the Dark Knights and we played the Unmentionables.
Your thoughts on those 2 teams as you played them?
Very solid. What can you say? It's the Dark Knights are mostly the All Blacks, who again are one of the top teams in the DCHL on Sundays. The Unmentionables, again, a very solid squad. I don't know. It's going to be tough. I'm very interested to see how the new players that have formed these teams, how the developmental players or whatever that you mentioned, how well they do. But from what I saw in the initial first 2 weeks,
yes,
it looked very good. Not just pretty good, but very good.
I think you got to give credit to Jason Laliberg who put this thing together.
Yeah.
It's a great job of coaching these players up. They play hard. Any all-black players and teams, they hustle. They hustle on every single play. It's the anti-Ovechkin. They, no matter what they're doing, they're running 120 miles an hour either way and playing whatever they got to do out there. It's the anti-Ovechkin model of hockey, which I love personally myself. They play very, very well. So and they know where to go. They go to the right spot. They know the game very well. You could tell there's coaching involved, and Jason does a good job. Give Jason credit for that as well too. Good point. I mean, the Untouchables are a solid team. Greg D'Amico, we mentioned earlier for the Untouchables in DCHL, plays for MDHL as well too. Very fast guy. Aaron Evans, a good-looking female player for them as well too. Natalie Purcell, Fabian on that team as well. So a great team in that regards as well. Then we talk about the Wise Guys. We have Lucy, Fitzroy, and JP. A great kid. JP and Fitz last week had I'm not you weren't there, but JP and Fitz played very well as a line combination. Then Lucy with David and Scores, they had 2 balanced lines. And Paul, their goalie, looks very good. Small goalie.
Which I think was missing in their first week. Now,
yeah, they got that Paul back.
For them in their first week, and I didn't have the best game in that ever. In fact, I sucked. So that's.
Well, that was first back in a while playing goalie too.
What's that?
That was your first week back in a while playing goalie too.
Oh yeah.
A little rusty out there, so
yeah. There's a little adjustment period there, but I mean, in general, I'm glad to hear that they've balanced things out in week 2 versus the first week. So.
It's going to be 4 good teams as well too that regards out there.
Well, I think all across the board in RHL, I don't know how to phrase it, but it's both. It's both competitive and kind of relaxed.
Yes.
Honestly, I mean, I know those seem like kind of competing ideologies.
No, I see what you mean.
But
I'm hoping for that too.
The intensity is there, but at the same time, everyone understands it's a Wednesday night league. People are going to show up when they can, but it's still fun. And I think that's what we all want in a Wednesday
excellent
league.
point, Jason, because you know what? As a commissioner, I deal with so much stress on a competitive level, dealing with the teams, the players, managing the league, I use the word cutthroat. It's not, but it's just very intense. DCHL. I want RHL to be competitive, hard, but not as intense or out of control. I think you're right. We may have the right balance there. We'll see how it works out. Let's talk about the division. other division is called the Good Old Boys division because there's only one female required in that division.
Thankfully for my team,
you've got two of the best in Wiley and Diane playing for your team. Now called Puck Dynasty in that division.
Puck Dynasty. Play on Duck Dynasty, a show I've never seen, but that was the vote that they wanted.
So Puck Dynasty it is, and again, pretty much the same team except maybe two. You only had two players, I believe, who are not original Green Red Boogies.
Right.
That's the Trader Owen Evans.
Who was a Warrior.
The Trader Owen Evans, yes.
Who was a
two Jackson, your former teammate. Exactly right. So, but team that had one good game. You guys had a great game last week, right?
Yeah.
And you blew out a team. Yeah, you were scoring goals left and right out there.
Yeah.
I was joking with Mike.
And I played well in that, except for like a 1 minute period where I let in three goals off of 3 shots.
Well,
I was like, time out. I need to see what's going on.
Well, I was making a joke because for the entire 1 minute, actually, I think it was like 35 seconds actually.
Something like that.
And Mike Medina was the ice for all 3 goals. I'm like, oh my God, that's Ovechkin all over again. Yo, -3 in 35 seconds. Even Ovi can't do that. So I was making fun of Mike Medina center ice.
Well, I'm glad I could beat Ovi and something.
There you go. -3 that quickly out there. But a great game you guys won last week. You beat the blue team on Frozen Pond, Blazes team, who had a fill in the net manner. Normally Tracy the goaltender, but she's hurt. She was hurt that week at that one tonight, so she played defense.
A lot of talented players on there. There's a lot of Dutch players on there.
Yeah, Blaze, Richard, Luke on that team, Honey on that team as well too. They got a guy named Larry who looks very good to me.
Yes.
They got Rob Montree playing there as well too. So and they have a solid team. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a very tough division, you know.
Right.
And their chemistry hasn't quite come together yet. I think. But then it's a brand new team. Yeah, it's almost all these. Besides your team. Most of the teams are pretty new. Let's see how the chemistry works out overall for you. But they are the other team to call on Frozen Ponds. Blaze, that's the cap of that team. Two more teams to talk about. The other team I'll talk about actually is the Blade Runners, captained by Rob Riker of Fuckmasters. Basically a half group of Fuckmasters and half group of mixed players as well too. Boris on that team. Ryan Kelly now is there part-time. Ryan Doman, Blood Red player, is now goalie for that team. They got Maya as well and Sarab. So a mixture of players, which is kind of fun to see as well too.
But all solid players.
All solid players, you know, and you know, a good team, and they're a grinding team. So love seeing that. And a team who I think at this point in time is the best team out of all the 8 teams right now, just by the way the team has come together. It's the Barbarians, Barbara Lansfield team. Why are they the Barbarians, by the way? And the name, and the name did not get, apparently kind of Barb. People like the name, so apparently I scored a home run there. The Barbarians in red team that's got some Puck University players in there, Brian and Marty Vance. They also have Greg from the Afterburners, now with the Ball Gags, and they have a new player in Blake Harvey, the Chris Cowder Jr., Mac, and Corey Ditz looks very good. That team has got all solid players, and they have speed, and they have one of the best goaltenders in Jason Stettler as well too. We have 3 Jasons in net in RHL. Jason Bois, Stitches here, and also Jason Stettler as well too. So that team to me right now is the favorite as we have right now. So a great division there of 8 teams. Come on, watch our games. You know, and we'll put some games hopefully on videotape on YouTube and some of these days out there.
Don't ask me to do it. I can't do it on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's tough. We'll find a way to get all teams at least once on videotape out of the class we can. Right now, I'm sole referee, so the hardest thing for me is not DCHL. It's not I do flat football as well too. Is to be able to go 4 games back to back to back to back to back with a tight clock with no breaks as sole ref. That's very demanding. It's probably the toughest night I have tonight as well too. So thanks for your patience there, and we have scores for them as well too. So our first season RHL, Western Hockey, we've got your contract. Hopefully it'll stick around, and we'll do a good job as well too. Thank you for supporting the product. We appreciate it.
Again, our RHL very fun thus far. I think it fills that niche of kind of weekday hockey in Maryland, like you said. Also, not to get off tangent here, but a shout out again to David Altschuler.
Yes, that's one of the Monday opportunities as well too. Yes.
In presenting another opportunity in Maryland to have some hockey. Pick up hockey at the Gwendolyn Cofield
Rec Center in Silver Spring, correct?
Very competitive, a nice sized gym.
Correct.
And if you're a Montgomery County resident, $30
for the year.
$30 a year. If you're not a Montgomery County resident, $45 a year for the entire year. And
of 2 hours and 15 minutes on Monday, every Monday.
Minutes on a Monday. So it's a very good opportunity for you. If you're a goalie, you will face into ton of shots, if you're a floor player, you're going to get the exercise. I played both this past Monday, so I can attest to both things. If you're looking to work on some things, skill-wise, puck stick handling, if you're looking on, as a goalie, work on your positioning or working on new moves, you will have that opportunity. So I highly encourage everybody. I live in Alexandria, Virginia, so I got a long drive. To me, it was worth the drive. So if you guys are looking for something on a Monday, definitely look into the Silver Spring and pick up hockey at Gwendolyn Cofield Recreational Center.
Excellent point, Jason. Excellent point. It's hard to get a place like that to even offer open gym hockey. And people always ask me, Suds, what about practice time? Can we rent? I'm like, no, I can't. Not only do we not have practice time, I can't rent. You have to understand that it costs me almost $200 an hour to rent the gymnasium.
We tried. A contingent of DCHL players led by myself and Owen Evans and Mike Medina and stuff like that. We tried to rent the Rockville Sports Center.
Good luck with that, yeah.
It's too expensive, and the times just don't match up. So this is
the perfect option. Exactly.
This is the way to go, in my opinion. Again, I was skeptical moving in. I will admit, I was skeptical because I had so far to drive, and because I didn't know playing in the gym how it would work out. It works, and it works very well. It's a big enough gym to give the shooters enough space to work with. And again, if you're a goalie looking for work, this is the place to be because you will face a ton of shots. So, again, I think it's worth it.
Absolutely. And again, keywords practice. This is where you can practice. Work on your skills, whether you're passing, shooting, deking, whatever you want to do, goaltending skills, chance to play and get more time as well, too. Work on your game as well, too. Great point. So go out there at some Monday nights. Of course, we've got RHL Wednesday nights. We've got DCHL on Sundays. And don't forget, MDHL, the season is going to be started. We finally got a pickup in this past week. After like 6 weeks off, no pickup because of weather or whatever we have you. Probably we'll have one more pickup this week, and hopefully we'll start an MDHL season very shortly here. Next week, the following actually. And I have that going. So we have 4 chances to play hockey in the Maryland area. 3 run by DCHL, 1 run by David, and the Montgomery County, which is great as well too. So go out and have some fun doing that as well too. Absolutely. Well, Jason, thanks for being here. It's been a great Tuesday night here at the Bar and Grill here in DC. Again, the podcast are coming here every so often we have time. As we have time, we'll do one here and there. Don't expect one every week.
Again, folks, Subs has multiple leagues to run. I have to save the world from the Russian menace, and it's just going to be busy, but we'll try to get it when we can. Special thanks tonight to Todd Baskin
for hosting,
and
absolutely.
21st Amendment Bar and Grill for hosting us today. And it's been fun.
And if you miss a podcast, just don't worry about the podcast. Go out and play either Monday, Wednesday, or Saturdays. Okay? We'll see you very shortly, sometime here soon. Have a great Easter. If we talk to you, we'll see you very shortly here on the DCHL Network. Take care.